Hello everyone, my name is Tianze Xie from Southern University of Science and Technology. Today I'd like to introduce our recent work, VRCaptions, design captions for DHH users in multiplayer communication in VR. This work collaborates with Xuesong Zhang, Feiyu Huang, Di Liu, Pengcheng An, and supervised by Song Wujie. In the real world, DHH individuals usually rely on speech-to-text devices or sign language interpreters for multiplayer conversations. While conversations in VR contain more information, such as non-speech information that identifies the current speakers and the location of the sound, which brings access barriers for DHH individuals. Recently, researchers have explored ways to improve multiplayer conversations in VR through caption design for DHH users, such as integrate virtual interpreters or add visual cues. However, the needs in VR multiplayer conversations remain unexplored. In this paper, we explore the caption design of DHH users in VR multiplayer conversations by following a user-centered design approach with a specific focus on participatory design. We first understood user needs through literature reviews and co-design workshops, and then redefined design directions. Then we conducted design selection through semi-structured interviews with DHH users. After we collect all the preferences, we proposed VRCaption prototype and applied it into a room escape game in VR. Finally, we conducted a user study to validate the design. Aiming to explore the caption design for DHH users in VR multiplayer conversations, we first addressed the unique needs of DHH users based on literature review. It was conducted through the ACM Digital Library, and we identified 236 results using the keywords DHH and caption. Following a comprehensive review, studies not explicitly aimed at the design of captions for DHH users were excluded. A subset of 20 papers were further analyzed to explore barriers encountered by the DHH community in daily life, online interactions, and AR/VR environments within small group conversations or gaming contexts. From this analysis, we extract key challenges and proposed 7 design directions as follows. After that, we designed and conducted 3 co-design workshops. DHH participants, social workers who were familiar with DHH individuals, and designers who worked in experience design were invited. They were first given an introduction and then experienced a VR collaborative game demo in the context of a room escape game that was not yet adapted with caption designs. Following this, participants discussed the 7 design directions and proposed their innovative design concepts during the discussion. The findings from co-design workshops reveals the DHH users' needs and preferences for various design directions. Intending to refine the detailed caption designs in VR, we analyzed and summarized the requirements within 3 main design dimensions across 7 design directions, and considered 15 critical design options. We then conducted semi-structured interviews with 13 DHH participants to collect the preferences regarding caption design. We prepared a caption system demo that includes all the caption designs based on the findings from co-design workshops. Participants were invited to watch 15 video clips, reported their preferences, and shared their opinions during the interview. After that, we summarized the preferences of all the design directions, and following design options were chosen. We designed the caption positioned in the lower middle part of the user's view in VR with no additional design for speech overlapping. We employed natural bubble-based display to show the speaking order and show delay time in seconds when the delay exceeds a set threshold. We designed scrollable caption to display the chat history and use avatar to identify the speaker. Meanwhile, the avatar-related cues is used to indicate sound locations. Based on this, we developed a prototype of a caption system, VRCaptions. To validate the design of the VRCaptions, we further integrated into a multiplayer room escape game in VR and conducted a validation study with both DHH participants and hearing users as mixed hearing groups. We designed 2 game scenes based on verbal discussion representing localized and non-localized speech respectively, where participants interact in the same or separate virtual rooms. They were invited to explore these two scenes, and then we invited DHH participants to join the interviews to discuss their experience. They shared that VRCaptions enhance the communication and engagement, and they appreciate lower middle placement of the caption display position. They thought combining speaker identification via avatars could effectively manage the speech overlapping, and the auditory caption could help them follow the current conversations. The scrollable chat history was useful, and they appreciate the ability to hide it. They thought use avatars to identify the speakers was helpful, and additional details related with avatar-based cues to indicate the sound location could improve users' ability to determine precise locations. In order to enhance the DHH individual's experience in VR multiplayer conversations, we suggest the following design considerations among 3 dimensions. First, design should align with user-familiar visual arrangements and their learning curves, and consider integrating visual cues carefully within DHH users' field of view for the readability. It should support DHH users in understanding conversation sequences, and at the same time avoid overwhelming them with excess feedback for the speech information transmission. Also, applying avatar-related cues within the design could effectively convey critical non-speech information transmission. In summary, we explore the caption design of DHH users in VR multiplayer conversations for the first time. Through co-design workshops and semi-structured interviews, we reported the design needs and preferences of DHH users in 7 design directions across 3 design dimensions. We then developed a VR caption prototype based on the above design preferences and implemented into a VR multiplayer game for verification. Finally, we proposed valuable suggestions for future designs of caption system for DHH individuals in VR. Here list all the preferences of this presentation. For more details, please refer to our paper. Thank you for listening.